And this article is just a curiosity topic for me. So, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to talk about defection. And what I mean by defection is like, I want to know, I'm just curious, like, we have a lot of people that are interested in buying a Tesla right now, if not all of you that are in the channel that have just taken delivery and or has a pending order. But I want to know, like, what do you currently drive now, or what did you drive? What did you sell, get out of, and get into a Tesla? Because I start to see some of these reports about like what the defection means, like if the person drove, like, let's say a Honda, and then they sold it and got into a Tesla. And I'm just curious out there, like what are people actually leaving their last car from? What are they selling to get out of and getting into a Tesla Model 3 Y, S, or sexy LX at the end of the day? So definitely some pretty interesting stuff we're going to talk about. I want to hear your thoughts, drop it in the comments or even in the chat. But before we get into that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link, so definitely check it out. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on your Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And so let us get into it. This is a tweet I found by at Josh West 24/7. So thank you to Josh West. And here it is from Tesla New York. Quote, Toyota and Honda are losing more customers to EV than any other brands in the American market, and most of them are going to Tesla. The two Japanese brands, the two Japanese brands account for 28% of new Tesla customers, according to S&P Global. So we can take a look at this pie chart. Of course, there's a big 34% other, right? But Toyota, 15%. So what is that? Like 1 in 9 people. Honda, another 1 in 9 people. BMW, 6%. Mercedes, or BMW, 7%. Mercedes, 6.2%. Ford, 5%. Lexus, 5.3%. Chevy, 4%, which I guess maybe like Chevy Bolt. I guess I could see that. Audi, 4.4%. And Subaru, 4.3%. I certainly have heard like BMW as a luxury OEM has a lot of defection to Tesla, but this is crazy to see like Toyota has a 15.3 or makes up 15.3% of people that buy a Tesla at defected from BMW as a whole. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I want to hear your thoughts. Like, what vehicle did you just come out from that? And then are you probably buying a Model 3 or Model Y, S, or X? And it's definitely some pretty interesting stuff. And it's also like interesting to hear, like, did you come from like, if we're talking BMW, right? Like a BMW 3 Series, a X3, or like from Toyota, a Camry Hybrid, Honda Accord, and what is all that? But then I also am curious, like, what is this huge other at the end of the day? Like, I mean, I guess it's like just a combination of all these other brands. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. So drop it in the comments, drop it in the chat. I want to hear. I'm just curious. Like, I've always, I've had 4 Teslas back to back to back to back, the Model 3, the Model Y, S, and now finally the X. So I've completed sexy, and I love it. I'm certainly a Tesla fan, but I do like to keep my eyes out, open all the time to see, what are some of these other competitors coming out there. There's certainly a lot of EVs coming into the market this year, if not in the next few years, and a lot of companies are bringing the heat. I think we just saw like, the Hyundai or GV80 EV, which certainly looks, it's different, right? And if it's going to come out, Genesis, like a new brand, luxury brand coming out of the case, the market, and this one has like what, 250 mile range, so certainly maybe not the same as Tesla, but at the same time, like, what's the testing here, like what type of mile range and all that stuff. But I'm also going to be curious to see like what, how many people that bought a Tesla now, like, are you going to buy another one? Like, I certainly like that I went from Model 3 to Model Y, then S, then X, and I just wanted to try all the different ones. But I'm also crazy like that. I literally have car ADD at the end of the day, and I've owned a lot of different cars on top of that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the comments into the live stream. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. So definitely check it out in the description if you want to get the best auto loan financing rates that are out there.